Good afternoon. We'd like to welcome you to Wild Wednesday Live, presented by the Quilt Craft and Sew Mall. I'm Beth Watts with Fabric Chicks in Gardnerville, Nevada, and I'm your host today. We would like to welcome you all. You know, when we first start, we kind of like to do a roll call and see who's watching. Hey, Carolyn from Sacramento area. It's good to see you. It's been, I don't know, maybe like an hour since I've seen you last. Hey, Norma, how are you? It was super good, super fun to meet people. So at the shows that we've been at, we've met Jenny in Pleasanton, Norma in San Bernardino, Carolyn at Roseville. So it's kind of exciting to be able to put names to faces and to see you guys all year instead of just once a year or twice a year at the shows near you. So that's really exciting for me. But we would like to welcome you, and Raylene from Mojave. Well, Raylene is the other co-host, but it's always fun to see where you guys are from. Washington, Arizona, Texas, all the way from Texas and Kentucky. So that's super exciting. This month, we're doing something a little bit different. We're doing Christmas in October. So all of the vendors are going to have fun, quick, easy, or gifty ideas for you. So I'm really looking forward to that because hopefully it will help me to get my Christmas shopping done before December 23rd. Because, you know, there's not much left on the shelves or time to sew on the 23rd. So now's your chance to stock up. Make sure you put it in your calendar for the next 3 weeks. Also, we'll be doing the Christmas in July. And we do have a show coming up in Tucson. I think it's next week. I don't know. I'm not sure when it is, but it is coming up. Tucson, and then Puyallup, Washington's coming up in November. So for those of you in those areas, make sure you've got it marked down on your calendar. And you can always go to the Quilt Craft Sew Mall to see what's going on and to shop from the different vendors. Today we have, first up, we have Julie from Off the Wall Quilts. And she is going to be, she's got a great door prize, great discounts. She's going to be demoing. So I'm super excited. Let's bring Julie on. Hi, Julie. How are you?
Hi, Beth. I'm great. Good to see you again.
Good to see you, too. All right. I'm just going to turn it right over to you and be inspired by whatever it is you're going to show us.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thanks. This is fun. I've been really happy to be out doing shows pretty much since last March. So I actually haven't done very many Facebook Lives. So this is, it's fun to get to do that again, and especially see so many people from the East Coast, because we've been doing shows on the, people from the West Coast, sorry. We've been doing shows on the East Coast. So I get to show you one of my favorite tools today. It's called an adjustable quilt strip ruler. It's really big. It's hard to show. But this is for cutting strips nice and straight. And I even want to show you a little cheat for making great squares. I do use our tools at Off the Wall Quilt. We make our own rulers here in Florida. And I do use most of them. So we've made some adjustments to some of the tools based on my use and us talking to quilters. And this particular tool, we've made a little bit bigger and changed a couple things. But I think you'll be amazed at how easy it is to cut a straight strip of any size. So I'm going to switch to my other camera, and I know it's at a little bit of an odd angle, but I need to have the camera up and away because the ruler is so big, and I want you to see how the whole thing works. So if you want to see something closer, I'll make sure I have time to answer any questions. And I see somebody's commenting on the project behind me. This is, you can't even see the whole thing. It's 9 feet long and 30 inches tall. And it's for our bedroom. It's going to go along one whole wall. I have this obsession, after having lived in California for a while, of hanging things above my bed that won't kill me in an earthquake. I know it's weird, but that's my thing. So I figure a quilted piece will work well. And I've had so much fun making this that I'm actually going to be offering it as a class next year. So lots of fun. We make the templates that I used, and I will get to quilting it here. I promise. I'm hoping in December to get that done. But anyways, let's talk about those straight rulers, okay? Let me switch screens here for you. Okay. This is my adjustable quilt strip ruler, or we call it a QSR for short. And it can adjust anywhere by sliding this guide underneath from a 1/2 inch to 10 1/2 inches clear over here. Now, I know there's a lot of strip rulers out there on the market, and I've used some of them. In fact, I can see one over there on my shelf right now. I own some. But I've gone to just using this one because of the anything in between feature. The other day, I showed a lady how to do 2 5/8 inch strips. I was doing 3 7/8 another time, 4 1/4. You're not just stuck with the increments that somebody else chose. You can use whatever your pattern calls for. So what I do is I have 2 wing nuts. Let me see if I can get that a little closer so you can see them. They're right here. And so I just loosen that up. And then there's another one on the other end. And then I can just slide that ruler anywhere I want. Now, even from this distance on the camera, you can see how big the numbers and lines are. And we did it that way and kept the rest of it open so that this ruler is very easy to read. So let me cut a 2 1/2 inch strip here. We make a lot of 2 1/2 inch strips. So I just line it up my guide the whole way on 2 1/2, and it's sliding underneath there, and then I gently lock it in with those wing nuts. So let me see if you can see here better that the guide underneath, that's another piece of acrylic, is on 2 1/2 now. So my ruler is actually not even flat. It's kind of tippy. And I've actually gotten phone calls from customers who said, Julie, what is wrong with this ruler? It's not flat. And I tell them, you put it together perfectly. There's nothing wrong with it. So now what I'm going to do is bring that guide underneath up, and I just slide it right up against the edge of my fabric. There's room underneath this ruler for up to 10 layers of fabric. My hands tell me no, no, no. So I'm cutting 4 layers today. As you can see, oops, there's a pretty blue one under there too. So you'll be able to see how good those come out. But I often at home will do, if I have a new blade in my cutter, I'll do even 6 layers. So when I get ready to cut, there's a raised edge right here. And this is really hard to see on camera, I know. But there's a raised piece of acrylic right here on the edge. So you can kind of see my fingers hitting up against it. So I know that when I can feel that edge, my fingers are safe. Now, this sounds really funny in other contexts, but I think you guys can relate to this. I have not cut my fingers in 2 1/2 years. You know, my finger was getting kind of skinny from all the trimming I was doing on it, but this finger guard works really well. I know if I'm up on the flat part, I'm too close and I'm in the danger zone, but I just butt my hand right up against there and I'm safe. Now you will also, I don't know if you can see that underneath, it looks like I have strips of tape or something. You can kind of see them there. I actually don't. That's called So Tacky technology, and it does look like tape. It comes in your package, a lot of the pieces, and you can stick them on underneath there and then peel the cover off. And it just puts a little texture on the bottom there and it grips my fabric. I could wash these. In fact, I was going to wash these today because, you know, when you have guests over, you wash and clean stuff up. But they would go back to clear and I wouldn't have been able to show them to you at all. So I'm showing you my dirty laundry here, okay? But it's just So Tacky strips. So I'm going to, again, butt that guide right up to the edge of my fabric, bring my hand right here in the middle, kind of straddling this middle row of numbers right up there against the finger guard. And the weight of my hand is enough to tip that ruler. You can't really see it on the camera, but it's kind of tipping it over that guard right into the fabric. So I know that it's locked onto the fabric. Now watch this. You're going to notice I'm not doing something. Did you see that what I didn't do? I didn't finger dance. I didn't lay on my ruler. I didn't white knuckle it. There's no weights on it. I just made a long, smooth cut, and I get a lovely, not curved, 2-inch strip every single time, or whatever strip I'm cutting. It's amazing to me. I used to be kind of embarrassed here. I was teaching a class and I could hardly cut a straight strip. I don't have that problem anymore. I don't waste fabric because I'm not ruining strips. Now, one of my other favorite features is if I'm going to continue cutting 2 1/2-inch strips, I just put it on there again. I don't have to read the lines and numbers again until I'm ready to do a different size. You know, we spend a whole lot of time doing this, don't we? because there's some rule you have to touch the ruler or something. We all do it. And we tap and we check again. And then somehow I sometimes manage to cut the wrong number. I don't have to worry about that anymore. I just butt it up against there again, get my hand in place, and cut the next strip. And it's very consistent with my first strip that I cut or I set. So just like that, I have very even and consistent strips. Okay. So let me show you the magical way to cut squares. Let me pull my fabric over a little bit. Make sure you can see me really good there. So let's say I need some 10-inch squares, okay? Again, I'm going to loosen up my guide underneath there by loosening these wing nuts, and I'm going to slide my guide all the way over to the 10. It's really easy to read again because we kept it nice and bright. Plus, it's in this glow edge acrylic, so everything that's etched, like the lines and numbers, plus the edges of the ruler, just light up and glow. Okay, so now I'm going to put this in place again, but you can see I'm making this great big 10-inch strip. Okay, so I start forgetting my squares again. I butt my hand up against the edge over on the far side there, and I cut my 10-inch strip. Get some stuff out of the way here. Now I rotate 90 degrees. Okay, let me cut my selvage off right there. Easy enough to do with this ruler as well. Using it the other way now, okay? So now I've got that nice straight one. Let me again move my fabric down so you can see what I'm doing. So now I'm going to, again, butt this guide that I have not moved right up against my fabric, okay? Let's move the whole thing down so you can see. There, that's better. All right. Again, fingers against the finger guard, smooth cut, and I have, just like that, perfect 10-inch squares. So much fun, and it's so much more fun to sew them together when they actually match. So that's how the ruler works. Let me get back up here. Sorry about that. Let me get my face back up there for you. Okay, a little bit of technology magic. So that is it. It's so easy to use. It's so much fun. Now, I do tell people that when you take it home to cut up a couple of some scraps first, because for me, the hardest part to learn it, to convince myself I didn't have to do the finger dance. Okay, my brain just kept telling me you got to keep up with the ruler, but the ruler is very solid and very steady. Now we do have that in a couple other sizes too, and if you go to our website at offthewallquilt.com, you can see those. But I got to tell you, when I signed up to do this, like, I don't know when Raylene had me signed up, like maybe last June or something, I got really excited because I was going to get to show this to you, and I started doing something funny. We moved warehouses in May and June, and we found a whole pile of what we call nearly perfect AQSRs, okay? This would be considered a nearly perfect because it works just fine, but you can't even see it on there. It's got some scratches on it. We occasionally get sheets of acrylic that are scratched, and we can't see that they're scratched until the items come out of the lasers. So our quality assurance guy examines every single ruler as he puts it together, and any that are scratched, he sets aside. Well, I ended up with a whole pile that have scratches on them. So I usually put them on our website under nearly perfect, and they're marked down from $79.99, the regular price, to $59.99. So I pulled them, and I've been saving them for you guys, but then they reminded me that this was a Christmas event. So I was like, let's make this even better for Christmas. So I took another $10 off. So we've never sold them this low before, but they are on our website for only $49.99 for the length of the sale. And if you go to our website and under the search, the easiest and quickest way to get to them is if you type in nearly, the word nearly, because we call them nearly perfect. So these will be on sale till I think it's, what did we decide? I think it's Saturday. But they're really, really great products. And this is a crazy sale. And you won't even notice the scratches probably. They don't bother me, and I use the scratched ones, so they don't interfere at all. So yeah, come on over to our website if you would like one, and we would love to get you set up. Now, there's also videos on there that will remind you of what I did, so you can rewatch this. I know for a few days, but even after that, if you forget where it is, we've always got them on our website. So. Oh, the sales till midnight Friday. Raylene says, okay, thanks for reminding me. I won't get around though. I'm on the East Coast and it's till like midnight Pacific time. So I won't really get around to turning it off until Saturday morning, unless I'm awake at 3 a.m., but hopefully not. Anyways, that's it. And I hope that you have fun cutting your strips and squares now, like I do. So thanks a lot for having me today. It's fun.
Perfect. Thank you for joining us and demoing. We always love to learn something new. And I just so all of you know, at the bottom, it's scrolling what the discount is. You don't need a code, which is always great. Julie's website is scrolling at the bottom. If you need glasses or whatnot, let us just type that in. If that's too small for you girls to read, type it in and then I'll read it to you at the end of the show. So if you girls have any questions for Julie, you can think about it for the next couple of vendors and then type it in and we'll make sure we answer because we'll have a question and answer time at the very end. So we'll see you in a little bit, Julie. Thank you.
All right, thanks.
And I just want to remind you that anytime you want to see what's going on in our world of shows, you can always go to our website. And usually it's scrolling at the bottom, so I don't have to memorize. Oh, there you go. Thanks, Ron. The quiltcraftsomall.com. You would think I'd have that memorized by now, but I don't. Okay, so we're just going to bring Sharon right on. She's been on before with us. She has fabulous leggings, and she is the one, if you want to get organized, she is the one to be inspired by because she's got lots of fun stuff. So, Sharon, are you there?
I am. Can you hear me?
I can. Yeah. All right.
That's something to celebrate. It's working.
Yeah. I know. That's always a plus, because we are streaming live. You just never know what's going to happen. All right, so I'm just going to turn it right over to you, and you can show us what specials you have for our Christmas in October.
Excellent. Okay, well, as you know, I have handy caddies and I have leggings. And you can see some of what I've got in the background. I just grabbed a few of the leggings that I have that are Christmas themed on my website. I'm going to reach back there and kind of bring them a little closer to you in the end or in a little bit. But I also wanted to remind you that on my website, handycaddy.com, I still have the great see-through totes and handy caddy organizers on sale. And I just really hope that all you quilters and sewers appreciate what I say. Let's see, right here. Break your bad habits and build good habits. So I always believe that if you want to get more done, you have to kind of get in the habit of doing all the things that you want to do and give up all the bad habits that are getting in the way. So that's what Handy Caddy is about. On my websites and at the shows, I always say clutter's a distraction. I'll just give you a quick view of the Handy Caddy and how it helps you organize everything by purpose. It has 4 pockets on each side. That's 8 pockets altogether. And I don't know if you're seeing things backwards, but this first pocket is where I put my sewing machine tools, and I put the Handy Caddy to the right of my sewing machine when I'm sewing. And it also comes with a handle so that if I need an extra pair of hands to move my stuff from the cutting table to the sewing machine or the sewing machine to the cutting table, I have that extra pair of hands to do that. And you'll never need another handy caddy because once you have one, it will last you forever. Here's a picture of the deluxe or the handy caddy extra. And this is a smaller one that there's a glare because I put lamination on all my little signs and I bring it to all the shows to save on paper. So anyway, this is just the regular handy caddy with 3 pockets on each side. This is 11 inches versus 14 inches. The larger one holds rulers better. And anyway, I just wanted to remind you about my handy caddies and the leggings. Let me bring up some cute styles. They come often in one size and plus sizes. So I love these. These are so cute, the cute little reindeers. And if you use Legs 20, capital Legs, all capitals 20, you can get 20% on all of my leggings. So that's one special that I'm having at the on-site online, and that's going on all the time. I mean, you don't have to do it by Friday. It'd be nice. I wouldn't mind your money by Friday so that I can go shopping too. Here's a Rudolph. This is so cute, right? You love those? And then what I wanted to have is another special in the clothing realm are mock turtlenecks. They're super soft, just like the leggings. And here, what I did for you just this morning, you can have the mock turtlenecks for like 75% off. So they're only $15 now, and they're just as soft as the leggings. So run on over there if you can to go grab some mock turtlenecks. It's not going to be hot forever. It's going to be winter before you know it. So there's that. Let's see, how's my timing? Okay, good. I have a little bit more time. I definitely have more time. Let's see, what else did I want to tell you? What's really new is how much I value light. And I don't know about you, but light has become so much more important when I need to sew. And back here, I know, let's see if I can point this over here. This is So Light, the So Light company. And I met them at one of the shows, and I just fell in love with the kind of light that the So Light offers. And it's so easy to use. It's nice and bright. I've already had mine for 5 years. There's never been anything wrong with it. But because I like them so much, I decided that I wanted to carry them in my booth because they don't go to all the shows. And they have different strength lights for the sewing machine. And so you get to mount that right underneath your needle. And if I can show you, this light actually is half the brightness of the one that's under the sewing machine. This is called an MT40. And then this is the same brightness as the light underneath the machine. This is MT80. And by the way, the 40 retails for 20. The 80 retails for 30. That's double the amount of light. And then the next one is a 120. I'm going to turn these off. Let me see if you can see. You may not be able to see the difference, but these lights are super, super powerful. And you'll be able to see your threads. You'll be able to see all the colors pop. And if you were here in person, I could definitely show you the difference between regular lighting and these super bright LED lighting that the engineer that designed these, he's like definitely into quality. And so he has the technology from Japan, and the lights are super, super durable. They will probably last a lifetime. I know that some of his technology has a lifetime warranty, and let me get on to that. you can go onto my website, and if you looked up So Light, it's Lite, you'll be able to see an assortment of the different sewing machine lights that they have available. And but so this is his new portable product. It's called the Nano Light, and this is super powerful too. I mean, I don't know if it's going to hurt your eyes, but it does when you're at the store, because I mean, it's so super bright. I took this on a walk in the dark, and it was great because I could see where I was going. And what I really valued this for is actually I put a little Velcro on the top of it because the fabric on the top of my car is made of like a felt. So I put the, what do you call it, that Velcro on it. But this also has something called a nano stick to it, and it is washable. But I didn't want to stick this on the fabric, so I just put some Velcro around it. But what I love about this is that I can recharge this light, and it is probably 4 times brighter than the light that's in the car. And because I do shows, my favorite vehicle is the Toyota Sienna. No plug to Toyota Sienna, but I have an old used Toyota Sienna, and I have already killed the battery because I forgot to turn off the light in the car because the light was so dim I couldn't tell that the light was still on. So this has saved me. I put it up on the roof of my car. But I think you can think of so many reasons to use this nano light. And you just charge it up with your USB type of charger. And right now you can see that it needs to be powered up a little bit more. It's red, but when it's fully charged, it turns green. So you'll never have to buy any more batteries with something like this. These retail for only $20. And during the show, I will send it free shipping. So I've already put the free shipping tab online at handycaddy.com. So if you're interested in this, this is the Nano Light. So here's my favorite thing that I wanted to show off. I've already taken it out of the package. I was going to pull one from the package, but this is called the Luma Wand. And what I was doing was I wanted to promote some of my products, and I wanted some portable light. And I found it by doing this, by putting it on this, and I can kind of direct the light anywhere I want. But these are those Hmong Wallets that I've been carrying for a long time. This one retails for $25, but this is what I've been doing with it. And I can have task lighting hands-free, and I can even put these little guys in my purse. They don't take up a lot of space. This is a portable bank that you can find. You can find these on Amazon. But I will be carrying some when I find the ones that I really, really like. I like these because they have 2 on the power bank, and they last all day because I leave them on and I display some things on my website, actually, or not on my website, but at the show. So I put them on my handy caddies to show off my see-through handy caddies. You can't really see them, so that's why I have to have some lights and show them off that way. So anyway, we started a little bit late, so I don't know. Do I have maybe 2 or 3 more minutes left?
Sure. You can take 2 or 3 more minutes. You're fine.
Okay, great. Thank you. So I think these 2 things make a fantastic type of prezi for anybody who values light. You don't have to be a sewer to do this. These retail for $20. Like I said, free shipping. These also are $20, free shipping. Your lowest level of light for your sewing machine, also $20, and then it goes 30, 40, and 55. Oh, and this one, I forgot to mention really quickly. This one that goes on the sewing machine has 2 separate lights. One will mount underneath right by your needle, and then you can put another one kind of inside the neck. And it comes with the little sticky dots so that you can mount it on the back of your sewing machine. And once you have it on there, I've never taken them off. There's no reason to. and it plugs into your regular, let's see, where did I put it? Your regular type of cord. It's the USB, that micro USB and a cord. And then you plug it into your regular power source. We all have these now. And if you need any more explanation, you can always reach me by email, Sharon at handycaddy.com. You can text me, and my phone number is on my website. I can give it to you now, but you probably won't have written it down. So if you need to reach me, handycaddy.com. And we've got that. Last thing I wanted to talk about is anybody who buys something from me at the show is going to get a card like this. This is an expanded card. It's front and back. And what I did was I designed a really cute, practical way to sew the darts on your bowl cozies. And so anybody who purchases from me this week will get one of these for free. And I do have some free tutorials on my website that teaches you how to make a bowl cozy. I also have a free tutorial on how to make a few of the masks. This is my favorite mask. And some people call it the octagon mask or a 3D mask. But I created a template. And if you go to handycaddy.com and look for corner cutter, I explain it much, much better there. But anyway, this creates corners to make things easier for you to make a symmetrical mask. If you've ever tried to eyeball the angles on the corners of the mask, you'll discover that you'll make a mask that's kind of wonky. And then that's one more for you and one less to give away to a friend. But if you're making some masks as a present for a friend, we still make masks for our non-sewing friends. So hopefully you might look into that. I do have a free tutorial. You do not have to buy the corner cutter. I offer a free paper template for a couple of my different designs. And again, I said I'm going to give you the bowl cozy stitching guide so that you don't have to mark your bowl cozies. You just cut this off and then you match it up to this the straight edges of your bowl cozy when you're making it. And then you just sew right alongside it. So that's one of the fun hacks that I kind of put together. So how am I doing for time? Did I forget anything? Is there something that I need to mention? Oh, the a prize that you're going to get from me. Everybody gets a door prize. I'm offering a surprise pair of...
Not everybody does not get a door prize, but every vendor is giving a door prize. Every time I do this, I'm so nervous, and I just don't care. If I do it right, great. If I don't do it right, I'll have another chance to fix it next time. For sure, and I just don't want everybody thinking they're going to get an amazing pair of leggings.
Thanks. Yes, that's the door prize. But if you do shop at handycaddy.com, you will get a free bowl cozy stitching guide for shopping. I always throw in a few extra goodies, so I hope you come by and visit. And it was really nice to be back again, and it gets a little bit easier every single time. And reach out to me. I'm always open to chat.
Perfect.
Okay.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Sharon. And I do have several questions for you. So stick around till the end. But those lights are amazing. And the ladies are typing in the comments and letting us know that they've bought the Handy Caddy and they've bought the different things from you when they've seen you, and they love all of your products. And
that makes me so happy.
And it's true. You can't as we get older, our eyes are not what they once were, and you can never have too much lighting. So that makes for a perfect gift, even for yourself. All right. So we will see you in a few minutes, and I've written down the questions so that we can get those answered. Thank you. All right. Okay, so I want to remind you guys that you should be setting your alarms on your phones so you're never late to one of these events. We do them every Wednesday when we're in studio, and when we're on the road at shows, we do a behind the scenes on Wednesday. We interview 3 vendors from the show on Thursday and on Friday. So you guys can totally get a lot of your fill from us almost weekly, but sometimes 3 times a week. So set your alarms, because I see a lot of my girls on there. We're late to class today. So set your alarm so you're never late. You never want to miss it. But if you do miss a show or you are late for some reason, probably an important reason, like you had a doctor's appointment or something, you can always watch it on YouTube. It gets posted to YouTube later this evening. And then I know you're all waiting for this. Thank you, Mel. Mel says she loves the interviews from the shows. Those are my favorite too, because you just never know what's going to happen. It's kind of, well, you've watched it enough to know what happens. Martha, you were late too. All right. Well, you guys can always go back to YouTube and watch it. So make sure that you're following us on Facebook and on YouTube. Oh my gosh, Kathy got a phone call right before. That's why she was late. All right, we'll let it go. We'll let it go this time. Mo, you're my favorite. You're never late. Okay, so I know, Raylene, I can't believe my girls are the ones that are late. Okay, so I know what you guys are all waiting for. And you know what you're waiting for. Katie, you go, girl. She already bought the ruler. I hope you were paying attention to Sharon while you were buying the ruler. Okay, so Christmas is the code word. So for those of you that are new, we always do a code word. So you just need to type in Christmas, type it in the comments, and then Raylene goes back, bless her heart, and spends a little bit of her evening every Wednesday and does the raffles for us. So every vendor that we interview does a $25 value for the raffle, which we are super grateful for. Okay, I'm just going to kill a little bit of time while you guys are typing that in, because I don't want you to miss anything once we bring Jackie on. So get your Christmases typed in fast. Hey, Beverly Ann, how are you? So what I know, while I'm waiting for that, type in the Christmas quick. While I'm waiting for that, I did, for those of you who follow us on Fabric Chicks, we had Leilani on, and she did a super quick 5-inch coaster, but you could do a 10-inch pot holder. So I'm going to show you real quick. So I hope, I'm not as forgiving as Sharon. I expect you all to have paper and pencil so you guys can take notes. So I'm going to show you real quick what you're going to need to make super quick and easy coasters. I just made up a sample 3 seconds ago. So you need a 5-inch piece of batting, super easy way for you to use up all of your batting, okay? All of your batting scraps. 5-inch piece of batting, a 5-inch piece of fabric. You're going to put the lay your batting down first, and then your 5-inch strip, you're going to lay it down with the wrong side on your batting, okay? Typically, I would have somebody filming me, but like I just did this last minute because I think you guys need to know. On Monday when Leilani did this, all night long, I was getting emails and pictures of people who had made the coasters that afternoon. So then you're going to take a 5-inch, 2 5 inches. You can make a match or not match. So 2 5 inches, iron them in half with the wrong sides on the inside. And then with a different fabric, you're going to do the same thing. So you need 5 5-inch squares, okay? 2 that are going to be folded with the right sides out. The wrong sides are folded on the inside. And you're going to take your wrong side of your fabric right here. Take your wrong side of your fabric, put it on top of your batting so that it looks like this. And then you're just going to crisscross. You've ironed your other 5-inch squares in half. It's so hard when you're like trying to do it yourself. You're going to just line it up right here and then line this up right here. So the raw edges are going to be on the outside edge, and those will go in your seam. And then let's see what's next. This one goes here like this. And then this one is going to go here like this. And then you're going to stitch all the way around the outside edge at a 1/4 inch. You're going to turn it inside out right through the center. Okay, I'm going to show you right here. This is a finished one. So this is what's going to look like finished. Thanks to Leilani, she left a sample for me for you guys. So when you turn it inside out, this is what it's going to look like before you stitch it. So now go this afternoon and make a ton of them for all of your friends. This will be the quickest project you ever make. So see, there's the batting. And then the 5-inch piece of fabric that's all one piece is right here. And then your 5-inch strips are just interwoven here. You stitch around the outside edge, and then you just turn it right like this. Okay, quickest project ever. Okay, so that's enough of that. You guys all got your Christmas down so you won't be distracted? Okay, so next we're going to welcome Jackie from Colorado Creations.
Hi there. Whoops.
Hi there. How are you?
I'm doing all right. Well, there's information anyway.
Okay.
I can, get the right screen up there for you. Oh, my special today, if you buy 2 patterns, you get 1 free. So you have to use the word pattern, please, all in capitals when you check out. And then there's some more of my information. But anyway, today I am doing just a little bit of items that I have in my shop here that are either Christmas related, holiday related, which could maybe include even Halloween or Thanksgiving if you're a quick sewer. And things that you can ask for yourself. So I've made up these quilters wish list, and you can see you can print one. Ooh, I'm terrible at this. Print one off in just about, birthdays, Christmas, anniversaries, Valentine's Day. I have all of them on my website under the gift section. So you print one off, they're free of charge. You don't even have to put in a credit card. And then you go shopping on my website, fill in what you like there, and then you hand it to somebody, whether it's, subtly or right in their face. And that way they know what you want for Christmas. That way you don't get a vacuum cleaner for Christmas like I did one year. So, it was all in good, he had a really good heart, but it just wasn't the right time to give a vacuum for a Christmas present. So that's my answer to that. The other thing is you can print those out and give them to your quilter friends. They can fill out the list, give it back to you, and then you know what to buy them for Christmas. So just some thoughts there. Also, I have this new craft canvas bag, it's called Purple Mountain Club. You'll also find this in the gift section on my website. So if you purchase one of these, or if you buy enough product for me, you'll get one free. If you'd rather purchase one for $19.99, then anytime for your lifetime, you get 5% off of any purchase you make in the future. So that's available. What else do I have? I've got a few of these 5 diamond art projects. So if you want to make a very special Christmas card for somebody that appreciates how much time crafters and quilters put into things, this is the one to get for that special person to give away as a Christmas card. I also have journals and notebooks, even some of these items that you can frame. So a lot of 5 diamond artwork that you can either make and give away as a gift, or maybe give it as a gift to somebody who's crafty and loves to do things like that. I have a little 5-year-old niece. She asks for one every time she has a birthday. Now she's making up birthdays, her half birthday, her 3/4 birthday, just so she could get a 5 diamond project. I also have puzzles. So if you have somebody that loves puzzles in your family or friends, maybe that's the way you want to go as far as giving a gift that'll keep them going for quite a long time as they're making that puzzle. Now, if you're the kind of person that really just wants to buy something and be done, I've got a few, like these pot holders. I've got a few samples and gifts like this on the gift section that are done and ready to send. I didn't put a quilt label on them, so you can slap one on yourself and say you made it. I won't even judge you, because who knows, sometimes your life's just too busy to do it yourself. This is my newest pattern. I have this stunning peacock. I'm sorry, the plastic's not doing well with this, the lighting. He's in bright blues and purples and turquoises. And then it has those same colors here. So my newest pattern design, I am by nature a pattern designer first. So that's the newest one that's come out. It's called Feathers of Grandeur. So again, if you want to buy patterns, if you buy two, you'll get one for free. Just a reminder on that. I don't do much in the way of holiday fabric because I am mostly a landscape artist. So I sell trees and grass and sky and things like that. But I do have a few, they caught my eye. Cardinals, some lovely cardinals with not necessarily a Christmas theme, but a winter theme. So it comes in black and white and then the cream. Those are kind of nice. I have some cardinals again with stripes. And you'll see this later in a project I have that's kitted, and you can purchase that. This is one of my favorites now, this metallic and blue pine cones. Again, not really Christmas, but winter season per se. So I like that one. And then I've got this cute one with cars and red barns and trucks and Christmas trees. So that's yardage of fabric that I have with the Christmas or winter holiday theme. I also have some, this isn't working, I can see. So let me switch to another screen here. Okay, that's better. I have over 60 fabric panels in my store. And again, I kind of like the cardinal theme if you haven't figured that out yet. So this one's really pretty. I do have several of the coordinates left to go with that one. This one here is gorgeous. It's a yard of fabric, so it's a really large quilt. And it has a pair of cardinals on here. One's red and this other one, I guess cardinals are more in the east section of the country, and I come from Colorado, the west section, so we don't see cardinals at all. Maybe that's my infatuation with them. But I didn't realize they come in this color, so that was something new to me. But this one's really gorgeous and a really large panel. Panels are great to get you started on maybe a lap throw or even bed-size quilt. But you get the center of the quilt done really quick, and all you have to do is maybe add some borders or some blocks around and make it larger. For those of you who love red trucks, this one again, I guess you could say Christmassy because people do cut down Christmas trees and that kind of thing. But again, it doesn't have anything that really jumps out at you. It has a great border on there. I really like the plaid too. So that one's there. And this is the last one I have of this truck, red truck. I do have several of the coordinates for it. So that one has a beautiful little house decorated for Christmas. This one really does scream Christmas. And it has the red truck and the tree. If you want something just wintry, the Snowy Woods is a great one. I've used it with Ricky Tim's Convergence, if you're familiar with that, and it worked out wonderfully. So those are the panels I have that kind of relate to the season. As I said, I'm mainly a quilt pattern maker. So this one's called Mug Rugs. I hope you're seeing this right side up instead of upside down. But anyway, cute little ones to give as gifts or to give maybe the pattern and some fabric so your crafty friend can make them themselves. Maybe hostess gifts or maybe just something to dress up your house for the season. This one here is holly placemats. Very easy as far as if you haven't done much in the way of applique or fusible applique. A really easy one to start with. And it's very easy overall. These, I would say, are advanced beginner quilt patterns that I design for the most part. I want everybody to be able to take advantage of them. And when I say advanced beginner, what I'm talking about is somebody that knows how to use a rotary cutter and a ruler and has a mat. So one lady contacted me last week and says, my seams aren't coming out very good, but my cardboard template doesn't work that well. I said, well, maybe you want to start with maybe a ruler and a rotary cutter. Things might get easier. So, that still works. And these patterns can still work for you even if you do cardboard templates. This one's called a 10-minute table runner. And honestly, I think it took me longer to get the supplies together than it did to sew the table runner. So I have this one, this kit with the cardinals and the green backing. I added buttons and tassels just to give it a little bit more festivity, a little more bling to it. I also have, this is the last one I have of this pattern. It's, again, a 10-minute table runner. I just have one more kit left of this one. This one I would definitely say is more winter themed. If you don't celebrate Christmas, you could definitely get away with something like this. Also, I plan on rekitting this particular one with that metallic pine cone fabric that I had earlier. I think that'll go really, really great with a little bit darker blue. So that'll be up on the site soon. This one is called Blue Christmas, and I'm a blue person, so I really enjoy the blue and white rather than red and green. But I know it's hard. I can't find this fabric anymore. It's about 10 years old, everybody asks. So again, I think I'm going to replace it with that pine cone fabric and make another Blue Christmas. As you can see, it can be done same way with the red and greens if you want to. So you pick a focus fabric and some coordinates, and they come together really easy. And the table runners are quick projects, go together easy, instant gratification. And like I said, you can have them as a hostess gift or give them away as Christmas gifts or keep them for yourself. This one I call Fun and Done. Even though it's not actually done here in a Christmas colors, I just wanted to show it to you because I have done it for every season and for every holiday, and they come out great. This one is a little smaller. You can see tip to tip, but if your table is longer and you want to extend, you just add more of these rows and you can make it longer. This one here is a very easy one called Simple Ornamentation. And the pattern has not only the placemat, but also the table runner that goes with it. And the placemat has room to put your either paper or you can make your fabric napkins. So that one's Simple Ornamentation. And finally, this was one of my more fun ones for me anyway. This one's called Sugar and Spice. So it's a row quilt. You make each row and add it as you're going. It has a little bit of applique. So this one, I'll try to put it up to the screen here so you can, well, maybe not. But it has a lot of bling on there. And I do have a bling package, a Sugar and Spice bling package that you can purchase. So it has, again, rows and then all the little gingerbread and ginger women are dressed up with bling too. So that's one of my fun ones. As I said, most of this is geared toward Christmas, since this was a Christmas Wild Wednesday live, but you know, we are still early into fall, early into some of the other holidays. So I thought I'd show you this panel. Is lovely. It has words. I've seen this one done where one of the lady friends quilters took each bird and thread painted each one, made it three-dimensional. It was just gorgeous. So we've got a few of those left. This is another one of my patterns. It's kind of an odd shape, if you can see that there. I did that on purpose. I was tired of having something with straight edges. And this one just kind of got to me, and I threw a pumpkin in the middle for fall or Thanksgiving, you know, not necessarily one or the other. And then I have a little piece quilt. I call this one Halloween Welcome. I usually hang this one on my front door. So a lot of little leftover pieces, very small pieces. If you have anything Halloween related fabric, this one goes together really nicely. Or you can just use blacks or purples or whatever colors strike your fancy. So my quilt door price this week is a $30 value, and I'm going to give away 3 holiday patterns of mine. And boy, I ran through that quickly. I hope if you have questions, please put them in the chat box. And I think I'm done.
Perfect. I'm so excited. I think that list idea is great. Although I would just buy it all for myself and then wrap it up and then just put from my husband. That way I know I get what I really want.
That works.
And then they like it kind of because they don't have to go and find it and do all that good stuff. So, and I like
that too.
Yeah, perfect. Okay, so we're going to, we will bring you back on in a second because I do have questions for you.
Okay.
All righty. So if you're new to watching this, we do it every Wednesday. If we're at real live shows, we do it from the show floor Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday when we're doing shows. So we've got Tucson coming up and Puyallup coming up. And if you're ever late or you miss a Wednesday, you can always go to the to our YouTube channel. So make sure that you go there and like both the YouTube channel and the Facebook page. Deborah, you're my kind of girl. Just buy what you want and put their name on it. All right, so we're going to bring back all 3 of the vendors because we do have questions for them. Jackie, our customers are much smarter than we are. So they said, and I love this because I learn something every time we do this. The female cardinals are slightly brown on the breast, and the males are the ones that are really red. So that's kind of like, it's kind of like peacocks. The boy peacocks are really pretty, and the girls are just kind of plain Janes. You just never know. Animals kind of lucked out there. It's kind of like men. They have beautiful eyelashes, and we have to pay a lot of money for ours. Okay, so I'm so excited that you guys joined us for our first Christmas in October, and kind of jump started getting us all excited for Christmas and getting our projects done early. We don't want to wait till the last minute, girls. So make sure you get on the websites and order. We have Julie from Off the Wall Quilts is doing a discount of $20 off the 10.5 AQSR with $10 shipping in the US. No code is needed for that. And then Sharon has the discount $10 on the micro turtlenecks, and they don't need a code, do they, Sharon? Okay, perfect. And then Jackie has buy 2 or more patterns and get free shipping with the code pattern. So write in that code. If you have questions, let us know and we'll get those to you. Okay, so the first question I have is for Sharon. What is the fabric used in the leggings and turtlenecks?
It is a combination of polyester and 10% spandex, like 90-10. And I always like to say it's about how the weave was put together, because the leggings that I have, the reason why I started selling them is because they don't pill, they stretch in all directions. The fabric is super, super comfortable and soft. I'm one of the only booths that says you can touch everything. And so I encourage people to touch the fabric because it's really, really soft. And it is breathable. I haven't had any customers who bought it and complained that they were too hot. I mean, unless you're living in 100-degree weather and you don't want to be wearing white leggings during that time of the year. Wear them during the winter.
Perfect. And then also, what is the sizing for the leggings?
Well, OS means one size fits all, but it really, one size fits all means size 0, which is like me. I'm 5 feet tall, 100 pounds, and maybe 5'1". But a gal up to size 12 or 14. I don't have it here, but I have a poster on my booth that's where she's 6 feet tall, about 170 pounds, and she and I are a foot different, and we're wearing the same leggings, and the fabric just is amazingly stretchy, and you don't see underwear lines or anything like that. The plus size, if you're size 14 and you border on 14 and you're probably an average dimension type of gal, you're not like heavy in one direction, one place or the other, you can wear either one. One's going to be a little more forgiving and the other one's going to be more snug. So you get to choose. And it goes up to maybe size 22. And I can carry 3X, which is the size larger, but I have a very small audience for that. So I have maybe 5% of my population is asking for the larger sizes. So does that answer?
Yep, I think that does. Oh my gosh, do you have children's leggings?
I do. I can take orders. I don't carry a lot of them because otherwise my inventory is going to grow beyond my ability to keep up with it. But if anybody's interested, I can get a hold of some matchy stuff, cute for the family, kids leggings to match with the larger sizes. So yeah, ask me. I can do something.
Perfect. And then the last one so far, do you have flannel leggings?
I do not. I don't want to get too far out of my wheelhouse. Otherwise, it's already hard enough with handy caddy leggings and now lights. So sorry, I don't have flannel leggings.
Perfect. But those ones are super soft. They're almost kind of like flannel,
they
but
are
just
flannel-like. They feel flannel-y, and
not as thick.
People wear them to bed. I mean, and they're great lounging clothes.
Right.
And great for traveling. Because you can roll up a whole wardrobe. You can buy a pair of leggings that looks really super classy for going out to dinner, or you can buy a funky pair and have everything in one little backpack. And even the mock turtles, they don't wrinkle, so you can have a whole wardrobe with a couple pairs of shoes, a pair of flip-flops, and some nice shoes, and you're good for the weekend.
Perfect. Okay, and then the next question is for Jackie. Do you have a round table runner? Kind of like more like
no, I don't. But you've given me an idea to make a new pattern. So
new project. Who doesn't need a new project?
So yeah, sign up for my newsletter. You'll know when it's coming out.
Okay, perfect.
I did have a point to make though, Beth. Things changed a little bit about my discount. It's buy 2 patterns, get 1 free. I couldn't figure out how to do the free shipping on my darn website. So buy 2 patterns, get 1 free. And I want to thank the people who have already made purchases. My goodness, you ladies are fast. Thank you.
I know, because they don't want to forget. Okay, and then also they want to know, does the Bear Tree fabric in the runner kit have metallic accents?
In the runner kit. You know what? Somebody just bought the last one, so it did.
That's a mute question. Yeah. Okay, you girls are going to have to come up with more complicated questions.
So I'm going to put in those 10-minute table runners, I'm going to start putting in some of that metallic pine cones instead.
Okay. And I believe Terry wants to know, do we need a code for the buy two, get one free? And I believe there is a code.
Pattern, all capitals.
So in the code, just type in pattern, all capitals.
Yeah, and that
Terry,
comes when
everybody
you
else.
start the checkout process.
Perfect. And are all three of you planning on being in Tucson?
Unfortunately,
I'll be in Houston.
Okay. So what about Puyallup?
Not for me.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so somebody definitely wanted to know if Sharon was going to be in Puyallup. So you're going to have to go on the website, girls and gentlemen. You're going to have to go on the website to order all of these fun products. Lots of good ideas for stocking stuffers. I know, Raylene, it's just going to be me and you. We're going to be like able to like bowl in the aisles or something. All right. So if you ladies have any other questions, please type them in right now. Otherwise, I think that's it. Does anybody have anything else they'd like to add?
Just make your wish list and let it be known. Family
Perfect.
know what you want. They'll buy that and you'll make their life easier too.
For sure, for sure. And you know what? I think it takes a lot of pressure off of them because nobody knows what to get anybody anymore. So
Yeah, you don't want a vacuum cleaner. You really don't.
No, that could be grounds for divorce. I'm just saying. I only want a vacuum cleaner if it comes with the person who's going to push it.
I forgot to say that I have a new design coming up. I designed it myself. It's in honor of all the chaos that we've had to go through during the pandemic. Can you see Alice in there?
Yeah,
And it says every adventure requires a first step. So anyway, I forgot to mention that. I was going to do it for next time.
Perfect. Is it fabric?
Leggings.
Oh, fun. Super fun. All righty. Okay. And Mel, don't feel too bad. I just talked to the boys yesterday, and the Puyallup show is sold out with a waiting list of vendors. So we'll still have a lot of vendors there. It'll be super fun. I just saw the floor plan. I got a sneak peek at the floor plan. I'll be right by the girls' bathroom, so you guys can see me every time you go in and out. All right, and then Renee needs to know, what is the name of the Fall Birds Kit?
Birds kit. Oh, birds kit. I don't
She's
think I
probably
have
a long time to order and she can't figure it out.
Okay. I had this fall panel. Is that what she's talking about?
It sounds like a kit.
It's called Maple Tree Marble. I had the peacock kit.
A Fall Birds Kit. It might be the panel. She might have.
Okay.
She said yes. She said yes. What's the name of that so she can go order it online?
Called Maple's Marble. So if you look under fabric by theme, I've got all my panels in one area, and you'll find it there too.
Perfect. All right. So I think we've answered everybody's questions. So we're going to wrap it up for today. You guys can always comment on the Facebook page if you have any questions or you want to let us know anything. Raylene is super good at responding and checking that and keeping up to whatever you guys are commenting on. So thank you so much. Remember to visit all the vendors at thequiltcraftsomall.com, and we will see you next Wednesday at 2. And thank you for all your donations and for entertaining us for the last hour. All right. Bye.
Bye-bye.
See you later.